I want to watch the news.
Are you making headway at least?
This is the news.
Nakamagab, and it's time for the only news that matters, and here's some more to add to the Motley Crue drama. And a lot has happened since Mick Mars sued Motley Crue. First, Motley Crue fought back saying that he was forgetting his parts in the show and that they were blaming Mick's lawyers for elder abuse. And they're also saying that Mick quit the band, so therefore his 25% has now been taken down to 7.5%, and Mick said, screw you. And now they're in the studio with Bob Rock and John Five, no Mick Mars. And this is insanely crazy for you people that love this band, how you can support this band now recording without Mick Mars. Personally, I don't care. They, for me, haven't done an album that was worth anything for many, many years. So that Dirt album and Saints of Los Angeles, all that was such garbage to me. So I really don't care if Mick is there or not, but you all should, that you follow this stuff. There's a lot of people out there that are Team Mick, and then, I don't know, I guess people out there saying Team Crue. They must be completely insane to be Team Crue, but I'm Team Screw all of them. Mick Mars said on that fake farewell tour in 2015 that if they were to come back, he would buy a ticket for everybody. And of course, he went back on that. But now he's fighting to get money from this tour that's going on. Basically them going back on the contract, and that contract also said they couldn't go out without the original 4 members. So they broke that contract more than one time. But Mick Mars is wanting money from it, and if you ask me, he deserves it. He should get 25%. I mean, he should join the other 3 scumbags that are making money off this tour. It's making boatloads of money from people that don't care. People that are not me, because they are not losing anything because of me, and people that think like me. People that go see Motley Crue, I'm telling you, most of them are just there to hang out with their friends and have a good time. They really don't care that there's a band up there not really playing their instruments, playing the tapes. And that's not just Motley Crue. I can go on and on about other bands that people flock to go watch, knowing that they're up there using tapes. That's the world we live in now. People go see this, and bands will continue to use tapes because they're the people that put money in their pockets, not me or anybody like me. And there's many like me that are bitching online like me. And really, we don't matter, because look at this. They're still playing in stadiums, sold out stadiums. I mean, they are now because they're with Def Leppard. Let's see them do that on their own. And now new music, so you know what that requires. Another tour to promote this album they're doing with Bob Rock. They got a lot of money to get Bob Rock to produce it. Maybe that money came out of the 25% that Mick was supposed to get. And he should get it. That doesn't mean I'm on Team Mick. I'm not on Team Mick. They all went back on their word. They're out there touring. Now Mick wants that money that he deserves, really, because he's part of the 4 and they're not supposed to tour without him, so they should pay him because of that contract. Not on Team Mick, because, you know, he's money hungry like the rest of them, man. And they're screwing him over. I mean, it's quite obvious how they come out like, oh, you know, we propped him up for years, but we love you, Mick. I mean, it's a backhanded compliment, right? And I am utterly shocked that Vince Neil is using tapes. They couldn't have gotten better tapes than that. I'm shocked. I thought all this time Vince was actually up there live. But no. Unbelievable. And they also caught Tommy Lee not playing drums in one part. And Nikki is not playing at all, according to Mick Mars. Can you imagine how terrible they would sound up there with no tapes at all? Because these tapes they're using suck. And I know there's some Motley tards out there that might be upset with what I'm saying now, and also saying, hey, you even said you don't matter. Why are you even talking about this? Well, number one, I can. And number 2, you are a huge fan of pudding. Well, how about putting these nuts in your mouth? That's it for the news. Thank you all for watching. I really do appreciate it. If you want to donate, I got a PayPal in the description below. And please subscribe to my channel if you have not. So stay frosty. Listen to Black Sabbath. And smack 'em a gob. Drink water.
Farewell and adieu to you fair Spanish ladies.
Farewell and adieu, you ladies of Spain.
Before we get canceled, check out the Rock and Metal Combat Podcast with me and Wattzilla. We are the Podcast Kings. Link to the podcast is in the description below, and also a link to the YouTube page. Check out older episodes with visuals. And very soon, either Ian and I will learn how to go on YouTube Live. Might be soon. So check out the greatest podcast ever according to Science.com. It's also God's favorite podcast and Satan's favorite podcast as well. So check out the Rock and Metal Combat Podcast before we get canceled.